India's rising numbers tell a story, and the villain of the story is turning out to be China. First it sent the virus, and then faulty test kits that couldn't detect the virus. China's supplies have dealt a blow to India's fight against the Wuhan virus, and this is our cover story tonight. Chinese supplies have lived up to their reputation. Last week, India had bought lakhs of rapid testing kits from China. Surprise, they turned out to be faulty. You have to listen to how bad this is. Less than 6% of the test kits work properly. Only 5.4% give accurate results. In other words, 94.6% of the test kits from China are faulty. 94.6. India should have seen this coming. The world over, countries are complaining about unusable Chinese equipment. WION was the first to report these stories. We showed you how companies from China have supplied faulty testing kits, masks, even personal protection equipment or PPE. Last week we told you about how India ended up with faulty PPE kits. These too were Chinese, but they were part of a donation. Now India has fallen victim to faulty Chinese testing kits, something that the government had bought from Chinese suppliers. Tonight on Gravitas, we have compiled the most definitive report about this scandal because the world must know how China is setting back the global fight against this pandemic. First, let me tell you what happened today. Indian health officials held their daily press conference. They said Chinese kits are not working and that there is a quote-unquote huge variation in the test results. So states have been advised to stop using Chinese kits for that. And here we would like to draw your attention to one man in particular. He is Dr. R. Gangakhetkar. He is a senior scientist at the Indian Council of Medical Research, the ICMR. Last week, he was asked about these Chinese kits. Should India be buying them? That was the question. The response was a bit roundabout, but the essence of what he said was this. Dr. Gangakhetkar said that results were not perfect. The terms he used were sensitivity and specificity. He said these were low for the Chinese kits, meaning they weren't the most accurate. But he also dismissed concerns. He said that we were just using these kits to check trends. That was 5 days ago. Today he says that the same kits are giving inaccurate results. And we've pulled out both the statements for you. Listen to this first.
इसका इस्तेमाल जैसा मैंने पहले बताया कि अर्ली डायग्नोसिस के लिए या इंसान को ये इन्फेक्शन हुआ है क्या इसके लिए करना नहीं है. ये तो हम ट्रेंड देखने के लिए कर रहे हैं.
आज थोड़ा दूसरी चीज के बारे में सब लोगों को बोलूंगा. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा कि रैपिड टेस्ट किट्स का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हुआ. एक कंप्लेंट आई कि उसमें कम डिटेक्शन हो रहा है. तो हमने तकरीबन 3 स्टेट से आज पूछ लिया. वो पूछने के बाद में हमको एक पता चल रहा है कि उनमें जो पॉजिटिव सैंपल्स थे आरटीपीसीआर के, उनमें वेरिएशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. दूसरी बात हमको एक करना है कि सारे स्टेट्स को ये सलाह देना है कि अगले 2 दिन ये टेस्ट किट्स इस्तेमाल न करें. 2 दिन के बाद में हम क्लियर कट एडवाइजरी देने के पोजीशन में रहेंगे.
Don't use the Chinese kits for 2 days, he says. Did the ICMR get it wrong? Why did India buy these kits from China when several countries were complaining about them? These are some of the questions that we must ask of the Indian officials today. We gathered some information about these supplies, and here's what we've learned. India got 6.5 lakhs, 6.5 lakhs testing kits from China on the 16th of April. 3 Chinese companies had supplied these kits. Their names are Wanfo Biotech Co., Zuihai Liveson Diagnostics, and MGI Shenzhen. About 3 lakh of these kits were sent to the states of Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. The Rajasthan government went public with its findings today. The state health minister said that they were expecting a 90% accuracy. What the government was expecting was 90% accuracy. What was more than 94% inaccuracy. Only 5.4% of the Chinese kits give an accurate result. The rest are faulty. Where does that leave us? What are India's options? And how does the government plan to take this up? We put these questions to India's ambassador to China, Vikram Mishri. He's been coordinating the procurement from China and he spoke exclusively to WION. Ambassador Mishri says India is in touch with China to identify what he calls bona fide suppliers. He said that India is getting more supplies from China. India has placed an order of 7 to 8 million PPEs, personal protection equipment kits, and 1,000 ventilators from China. Now, it's a fact that options are limited, which is why most countries continue to buy from China despite the poor quality. But we believe faulty kits are not better than no kits. It doesn't help your response in any way. You only end up paying for stuff that is useless. After today's disclosure, India should rethink its orders from China. Supplies from China cannot be trusted. If you go wrong once, it can be called a mistake. But if you do it repeatedly, it's exploitation. China is exploiting a situation of its own making. Several countries have complained about China's defective supplies. Spain, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Turkey, Finland, the United Kingdom, to name a few. They got faulty kits from China. The Netherlands recalled 600,000 face masks bought from China. They were N95 masks. They did not fit properly. Their filters did not work. Faulty equipment is not just about quality control right now. It's a matter of life and death. India must reevaluate.